Hello and welcome back to our Operation England series here. We are in 2021, so making our way forward to the 2022 World Cup. I don't think that is in this current season, but possibly towards the end of it. Let's get into this one. We're into September. It'll be a lot of simulating through some international friendlies and the likes, and us just building up this England squad. Let's continue on and see if we can push through until the next World Cup game. Alright, so I have released all the players from Cheltenham that we did bring in all the swap deals. So let's have a quick look through the Aston Villa squad report. Pickford's at 88, Charlie Moore 72, gone up 3. Larry Jackson is a 60, Lewis Lee out on loan is an 80 at Southampton. Right backs we have Holgate 81, Liam Morris at 75, Barry O'Byrne 64, gone up 2, Cameron Shaw 72, gone up 1. Declan Murphy is a 74, gone up 2, Jake Cox at 68. So a lot of right backs here at the club. Most of those from England. And the centre-back, we've got Rob Holding, who's an 86, Gomez 84, Oxford 83, gone up 1. Connor Mason is a 78, showing great potential. Archie Bailey a 79, gone up 2, showing great potential. Sam Turner 63, gone up 1. Charles Green is a 72, gone up 1. Left back, we've got Ben Chilwell at 84, and Peter Bailey coming through, has the potential to be special. So we'd expect to see him in England colours eventually. 73, gone up 1. And Jamie Cooper is a 77, gone up 1. The CDM, well, Archie Davis, he is already playing for England and doing an exquisite job. 85, gone up 1. Just needs to grow a little bit more in physicals, and he will be a real beast in that central defensive midfield area. He is our only CDM at the club. At right midfield, we've got George Cox, another lad playing for England now, and coming along quite nicely. We've got Oscar Edwards, 71, gone up 1. Sam Rowe, 72, gone up 2. In centre midfield, James Ward-Prowse doesn't want to sign another contract at 86 overall, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one. Will Hughes, 84, and Harry Winks, 83. At left midfield, it's Jack Grealish, who was an 81. We've got Damari Gray, who was 82. Cam, we've got Dali Ali, 91 now, and Lewis Cook, who we brought in from Bournemouth for 25 million, and Zhu, he's an 83, gone up 1. Centre forward is Evan Smith. Looks pretty good from the United States. We've also got Marcus Rashford in a striker position, 88 overall. Tammy Abraham, 86, gone up 1. Adam White is a 60, gone up 1. He is an American, yes he is. Sean Cox, 62, gone up 4. He is an English prospect, 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. And Dominic Solanke is an 84. Dominic Rose not getting any game time for us as he's a left winger, but 78 overall now. And of course English, and that rounds out the squad here at Aston Villa. Alright, so someone asked if we could see what was happening with the England lineup. So let's have a quick look here. We're just about to do a squad submission. So we've got Pickford and Butland, the goalkeepers. Stones at 86, Keane at 86, Holding at 86, Klein's 85, Dyer 85, Shaw 84, Chilwell 84, and Walker is 83. So no real other defenders there I want to bring in from the list. Then in midfield we've got Ali 91, Barkley 86, James Ward-Prowse is an 86, Cox is an 86, Wilshere an 85, Oxlade-Chamberlain 85, Davies 85, Henderson is an 84. That's all the midfielders at this stage. Kane's a 90, Sterling 88, Rashford is out for 2 months, so we're going to have to replace him. I'm going to bring a midfielder in. I'm going to bring Cook in. Okay, so Sterling, Abraham 86 and Solanke 84. So let's just have a quick look here. Gomez is doing good. Smalling, Oxford, Winks, Chambers up to an 83, Redmond's an 83. Okay, okay, Armstrong's up to an 82. Okay, Gray an 82. Lewis Baker 82, Bejarino 82, Danny Ings is an 82, Shelby, Welbeck's dropped down to an 82, Sturridge as well is dropping, Rose is dropping, Joe Hart's an 82, Shea Adams an 81, Palmer 81. Let's see if there's any regens floating around. Holgate's out for 8 weeks. Patrick Roberts, okay, Iolfa there, of course, Lingard, Grealish. Alright, Lewis Lee is our goalkeeper at 80, out on loan. Bothwick Jackson. Where's all the regens? Right. That dude looks like the dude from Game of Thrones. Okay. No, still no regens coming through, so not really hitting the 80, and Danny Drinkwater is the last rounding out the list. So we'll submit that for some friendlies coming up. Right, we've got about 14 places left on our list at the moment to bring in some talent. Now, Peter Evans, I think, finally deserves a contract, so we'll get him into the team. His brother Liam at left back, 88 to 64, 62 overall, 6'6", definitely deserves a contract. Some stars of the future, possibly for England. Whoops, backed out too far there. Henry Alexander is a 56, 80 to 86, 6'5". We're holding on to him because we do need some big talent. All right, let's also sign up some of the lads from around the world. We've got the Irish keeper here in Brian Connolly. We'll offer him a contract, get him into the system. Keith Walsh, the centre midfielder from Northern Ireland, will get a contract. Raul Azevedo, only 81 potential. I don't think Portugal needs him, so we'll release him. Karamoko isn't ready to come in. Figueira, yes, he can get a contract. The Portuguese left winger. Sikadu Dama, the cam from Cameroon. Yep, we'll offer him a contract. Hopefully we've got enough spots for all these lads. Terj Dahl there from Norway. We'll give him a contract. And Joel Lewis, the left back. We'll just hold on to him because we've just signed Liam Evans in. So we'll have to see if Joel Lewis comes along. He is physically strong though, so that always plays in his favour when I'm in control. But let's move on. International friendly here against Sweden. It's a 3-0 victory. Goals to Ward, Prowse, Oxlade, Chamberlain and Kane. Right, England versus Hungary in a friendly, and it's a 3-1 win. Goals to Walker, Chilwell and Cook. All right, must be time for a quick look through our shortlist and see how some of these youth players are travelling around the world. Alexander Rogerson is a 73 goalkeeper now. He was from the United States. Axelsson is a 74. I think he was Swedish, yes. Diego Neves, 66. Stepanenko is 61. Gunvar, 74 there at Cheltenham. Aro is in 68 there at Cheltenham. And Jay Bennett is 65 there at Cheltenham. So some good keeping talent coming through Cheltenham. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Gabriel Xavier is a 61. Abu Bakar, 59. VT, 62. Risen, 62. Dongjing Liao, 66. Mikos is up to a 61. He was only 40 odd, the Greek centred defensive midfielder. Abasia is a 72 now, the Egyptian. McDonald, 57. Kocek, 66. Barcham is a 68. Now, he's the English lad we're keeping an eye on. What else have we got? Thomas Q, 64. Kranich, 63. Anton Huber, 75 now. Is he the Austrian? Yes, he is. So probably getting an Austrian call-up sooner or later. Varenkov, 67. Wozniak, 65. Griffiths is a 70. George Davis, 75. The Australian. Palacios, 69. Jack Reed, 69. Bradley Kelly is a 71 from Australia. Abbas is a 70 left midfielder from Egypt. We've got Gautier, 76 left midfielder from Canada. Alvarez, 63. Prodan, 62. Katak Juice, Radican, okay. Song, Brown. Morgan Wilson, 69. Lundgren is the Swedish no-faced man, but he had potential to be special, so we had to sign him in. First time ever I've signed a place with no man, but a place with no man. First time I've ever signed a place with no man. Fucking hell. Just get your words out. Wishing Chi is at Chelsea. The Chinaman is up to a 70. Finling, Shinoda. Pierre Bliskus, 72 now from the United States. So USA have got some decent talent coming through. Lars Mulder, the Netherlands. Dutchman, 70 overall. Patrice Koulibaly is Ivorian, is a 75 overall. Joseph Baker is a 70. He's an Englishman I'm still keeping an eye on. Calvin Lewin, Thomas Skew, Novak. Victor Olsen, 75 overall from Denmark. Joseph Morgan, he's American, isn't he? 82 overall. Yes, he is. He's definitely playing in that United States side, you'd assume. Mr. Question Mark, 63. And that is everyone that we've pretty much sold off. I'm going to, put them... this whole releasing to the free agency just isn't working. Let's do some more transfers like we have done with Cheltenham so far in this career mode. I think that's the only way forward. All right, here we have the final scout report from this run in England. Connor Martin looks like a cam centre forward at 240 grand. We will be signing him in. We miss out on Liam Phillips, but that's all right. He's into the system for Swansea there. 51 to 67, 77 to 94 with a 210 valuation. Oliver Shaw, 51 to 65. He's only valued at 130, but we're going to take a look at him anyway, along with Marcus Wright at 170 and Isaac Lewis at 170. All right, two Swedes to sign in. We've got Bjorn Martinsson, 52 to 64, 80 to 94, 325 evaluation. And Oscar Eriksson, 48 to 66, 64 to 88, 220. And after 3 months in Italy, the best player to come through that is Giovanni Russo. He is a goalkeeper, and he is rubbish, so we're going to reject it and not sign any Italians after 3 months. Right, Brandon Hill will stay in England looking for physically strong players. Now, I did get asked to go back to Slovenia, so we will head there with Joel Niemann. And I did get asked for Mexico again, so off we go. International friendly here against Austria, and doesn't look like the young 75 overall lad has got a gig for Austria at this stage. And we come and get a 3-2 victory late in the day. 2 to Kane, 1 to Oxlade-Chamberlain. Right, international friendly here against the USA. And have they picked Morgan? That is the question. It doesn't look like it. Okay, that's interesting. You'd assume that he would be getting a gig here for the United States at 82 overall, but not picked. So we've got the lead here, and it's 2 to Abraham, and it's a 2-1 victory. Pulisic putting one in from the penalty spot in the 77th minute, but not playing that 82 overall. You'd assume that he would be getting a gig by now. All right, youth player wants out in Henry Alexander. All right, so Henry Alexander is the 6'5" centre forward from England, of course. Now, he could be something in the future, but I'm not sure. My hopes aren't as high as with Connor Martin, who's 5'11", 83 to 93. So we're going to sign him anyway. I want to get him into the system, but he may be sold off because they're just not 100% sure on him. All right, we've got the transfer window is open. It's January. Oscar Edwards on a 1-year loan to Swindon Town. Now, James Ward-Prowse refuses to sign a contract. He's only got 6 months remaining, and Southampton want him for $27 million. He's up to 27 years of age. I'm not sure he's going to grow too much more, but we're going to accept that and send him on his way. We'll still be able to get him in for England at 86 overall, but starting to age now, we need to concentrate on youth. So thanks for your services, JWP. We'll see you later. All right, we've got an offer here for Evan Smith from Doncaster, $5.75. We'll accept that one. All right, Bayern Munich want Harry Winks for $16 million. Now, he's worth a bit more than that, I reckon. So let's play some hardball here with the German team, $22 million. All right, Deportivo wants Solanke. He's not growing anymore, and Tammy Abraham has gone past him, so I'm happy to get him off the books. We want his evaluation, though. Let's go $28 million. Well, Bayern are only happy to say 16.5, but I don't care. I'm going to accept that and move Harry Winks on. All right, they're only willing to pay 25.5, but yep, see you later, Dominic Solanke. Right, final scale reports from England again. 2 players to sign in. Charles Allen at $250 and Reece Watson at $300. All right, 4 Mexicans to sign in. Sancho Lucero, 78 to 94 for $100 grand. Flavio Jara, 82 to 94, $210. Valentin Gerardo, $375, and Isidoro Gallardo, $475. All right, 1 Slovenian to sign in, but what a player this kid is. Janez Vidmar, 61 to 77 overall, 81 to 94 potential with a valuation of 950 grand. This kid is going to be an absolute superstar for Slovenia in the future. All right, we're sending Barry O'Byrne to Cheltenham. And Adam White, the American, is also going to Cheltenham. All right, transfer offer for Damari Grace. Not getting any game time here. Grealish has taken his spot, even though he's at a lower rating. And I think young Rose, the left wing, is getting some game time as well. So Damari Grace seems to kind of stopped growing at 82. And Southampton are offering his purchase price. So we're going to send him to Southampton. They've picked up a few of our players now. All right, a short-term loan here for Rodrigo Figueira, the Portuguese left winger, to Manchester City. And Keith Walsh will be going to Cheltenham. Turgedahl is also going to Cheltenham, and that might be us having bought out the complete Cheltenham side and restructured them. We'll take a look at them shortly. Well, on transfer deadline day, Anton Huber made the move from Bolton to PSG. We better get him back on our shortlist. $14 million they paid for him, but he does have the potential to be special, so he's got himself in a good team there. All right, it is mid-February. I thought I'd have a quick look in on Cheltenham. They are sitting in 13th position. Let's go and have a look at the squad. Something's gone wrong. Whoops. All right, so we have transferred out all bar 1 player here from Cheltenham. So we've sent pretty much our whole youth academy over there of non-Englishmen. Now, there is a little bit of an issue here. So if we look in attack, we have sent them some decent forwards here. We've got Mulder, 72. They've still got Billy Waters. We'll have to see what we can do about that one. Then in the midfield, they've got some decent players in Fendlin, Radican, a lot of left midfielders here. But they're coming good. They're coming good. If we go to the goalkeepers, well, they've got some decent goalkeepers, that's for sure. But the issue is defence. They don't have any centre-backs. We're going to have to maybe find some physically strong centre-backs from other countries and at least get one over there for Billy Waters. But we have sent them some cash in some of these transfers. So hopefully they're smart enough to go and find some defenders. Whoops. I think we've just ruined Cheltenham Town. Right, it's an international friendly here against Romania. And I wonder if any of our lads have started to come through. Not too sure, but it's a 4-0 win for England. Goals to Davies, Sterling, Ali and Oxlade-Chamberlain. Right, it's another friendly here against South Africa. Cox puts one in the first minute. And we may have to go to South Africa. I don't think we've been here so far in this career mode. Onomart gets his first start here for England and picks up a goal. And we win 5-0. Abraham gets himself a hat-trick. Right, Isaac Lewis wants out of the Youth Academy. The 57 overall centre-back, 6'1". We'll offer him a contract. Right, we do need to send our scouts out again. And this time, we need some more midfielders and wingers coming through for England. So we're going to go and we're going to look for that. We're going to look for some wingers. Maybe we will pick up a quick striker as well. Now, I said we would go to South Africa, so Yemen could go down there. See if we can help out the South African team. And the Russian scout, well, where does he want to go? I mean, it's a tough one. Who did we just belt? We belted South Africa. And it was Romania, but we've been there a few times already. Oh, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of what was happening in the comments. We haven't been to Scotland for a while. Let's go back there. Actually, you know what? We're going to search physically strong. We need some more big defenders for Cheltenham. Maybe we can get a big Scot in there. Right, Joel Lewis, the left back, 6'5", also wants out of the Youth Academy, so we'll offer him a contract. Right, Connor Martin wants out of the Youth Academy. We'll definitely be offering him a contract. Right, England, still happy with us in charge, so we'll accept the offer and continue our job here as the English coach. Right, Bjorn Martinson wants out of the Youth Academy, so we'll offer him a contract. Get him into the team, the Swedish left midfielder. And also, Isidoro Gallardo, the left winger from Mexico, wants a contract, so we'll offer him one. Flavio Jara wants out of the Youth Academy, we'll offer him a contract. Well, unfortunately, that crazy Slovenian that was worth nearly $1 million decided just to terminate his contract. We didn't get any warning, so that's unfortunate, but we're going to make sure that we get Reece Watson in. We'll see what we can do here if we can sign up any of the 16 is fine. And Valentina Eduardo, we will offer a contract as well. I don't want to miss out. That kid was insane. Wait, nothing from EA? Fucking rubbish. Right, so the season has finished here with Aston Villa. The World Cup is about to begin. So let's take a quick look at how the Premier League season went this year. Cox was the second best goal scorer with 15 for Aston Villa. Ali got 10 for Aston Villa, so scoring some goals there from the midfield, and Rashford gets himself 9. Assist-wise, Cox with 6, so he's had a very good season, and that is it. And clean sheets, Pickford in third with 12. Courtois takes the Golden Glove with 13. I don't think our backup keeper would have got any play whatsoever. Right, so we finished third, 2 points behind Manchester United, so a fairly decent season. I think we were tipped to win the league, though. Maybe transferring with James Ward-Prowse and Sri Lanka and that out in January has cost us. Not too sure, but yeah. Probably need Rashford scoring a few more goals. He did get a few injuries this season, but finishing in third, not too bad. The Emirates FA Cup was won by Aston Villa, 2-1 over Watford. And in the League Cup, we got through to the quarterfinals before going out on penalties to Arsenal, who eventually lost in the final to Manchester United 2-0. Now, in the Champions League, we got through to the quarterfinals. We got knocked out by Atletico Madrid at 3-2. And Bayer Leverkusen have taken it 5-4 on penalties over Chelsea. The Euro League was taken by Sevilla 2-1. Now, a quick look at League 2 on Cheltenham. They finished in 12th with a goal difference of 7. So they've got some attacking power there. We probably need to get them a centre-back to help them out. But hopefully they make some plays in the next transfer window. Sell off some of those youth players and bring some strength into their backline. Crew Alexandra smashed it. I'm pretty sure we have a youth player in that team. And maybe we'll look at strengthening up Crew Alexandra in the next few seasons. Right, it is World Cup time. Now let's have a look at the groups. Group A is led there by Germany with Turkey, Greece and Colombia. You'd assume Germany would take that group pretty comfortably. In Group B, it's France, Austria, Mexico and Paraguay. So we've got some players through there in Austria and Mexico, that's for sure. Maybe we should look at going to Paraguay in the future. France, you'd feel, would be the strongest in that group. In Group C, it's Belgium, Scotland, China, and Chile. We've been to Chile, we've been to China, we've been to Scotland. So could be some shit going on there. In Group D, it's Argentina, the Netherlands, Hungary, and India. Unfortunately, you can't scout Hungary or India, or we would have helped them lads out. But we have helped out the Netherlands, that's for sure. Group E, it's Italy, the Czech Republic, Poland, and Cameroon. We've been to most of those places, I believe. Group F is where England sits. We have Denmark, Canada, and South Africa, which could play in our favour to push through. I'd say we're the strongest seeding in that group. In Group G, it's Spain, Slovenia, Australia, and the Ivory Coast. Now, that could be an action-packed one. We've scouted Australia and Slovenia. We've brought in someone from the Ivory Coast. But it's all up to Spain to try and win that group. Group H is Brazil, Switzerland, Bulgaria, and Egypt. We've brought some Egyptians through, so maybe they'll be in with a chance. And that is the full World Cup. Let's get into it. We have had no gameplay thus far. I need to get a game into this one before we wrap this episode up. Right, we start our World Cup campaign here against Canada. Sent the backup brigade out here against Canada, and we win 3-0 goals to Dominic Rose in his first call-up for England, the left winger that's playing for Aston Villa, of course. Abraham gets a goal, Barkley comes on and gets one in the 84th minute. It's a 3-0 victory. Right, we've got South Africa in our second game of this group stage. The big boys out, and it's a 1-1 draw. Goals to Ali, but Sikaso comes back and gets one for South Africa in the 82nd minute. Are they the dark horse of the competition? All right, it is the final scout reports, and one player coming in is Ed Davies, a right winger, 160 grand, not the best there on that run. All right, South Africa, there is definitely some players around. Sabukwi, 275. Taisi, 170. Wagana went to Swansea City. He was worth 475. Tekers, 525. And Issa will come in at 170. And two players here for Scotland. Ian Reid at 325. And Angus Drummond at 170. Right, we're going to England and we're looking for technically gifted. I said we would go to Paraguay. So we'll head down that way. Where are you? Get in there. Get in the middle there. Hey, why can't I? There we go, 3 months. And we will also go to Switzerland for physically strong. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's England and Denmark in Game 3 of this FIFA World Cup group stage. And Denmark have won both of their games, so it's all up to England now to try and knock them off the top spot. But yes, this should be a nice little encounter here with the English side. Pretty much familiar faces around here. These two teams look like they are the two teams to go through here. I think there's only 3 games in the qualifiers before we reach the knockout stages. It's pretty quick. But yes, this should be a pretty good game. Cox and Davies will start, and I think I even chucked Dominic Rose on the bench, so we may get to see him in action at some stage today, if required, on that left-hand side. Harry Kane will start up front, of course. Rashford on the left-hand side, Cox on the right, Dele Alli in the midfield. So that is a brutal front four. I think Cox is up to an 87 overall now, so really gaining in on the big boys. Well, you'd say he's probably one of the big boys himself now. I think Davies is up to an 87 as well at the CDM position. He will be partnered up by James Ward-Prowse in the midfield. Shaw, 84 at left back. And Klein has dropped down to an 84. Here's at right back. And I think it's Stones and Holding in the centre-back positions, with, of course, Pickford between the sticks. But Butland's up to an 88 in goals as well now. So we've got 2 solid goalkeepers here for England. Eriksson is a man there in that Danish side that we will have to be wary of. He can be quite lethal. But I'm just trying to think who else would be in this Danish side in 2022. We did scout there a little bit early on, but I'm not sure if any of those players would have made it through to the Danish side as of yet. So there's our lineup. We've got Butland, Sterling, Keane, Barkley, Abraham, Wilshere and Rose on the bench. And the starting lineup looks as so. So this should be a fairly competitive game. Denmark are top of the table. Let's have a look here. Christensen, Anderson, oh yeah, Kasper Dolberg up front. How could you forget him? Alright, so they've got a star strike first, 5 at the back, very, very defensive. Let's see if we can break them down and push England through to the next stage of the World Cup. We're from Rashford. There's Davies. Finds Kane. Slips forward. James Ward-Prowse. Oh, works the keeper nicely. 4 minutes gone. England on the attack. And it's a corner now. James Ward-Prowse to deliver this one in. It's up and it's high. Rashford did get in place. Here's Stones. Flicks this one out. Here's Cox. He creates something. Slips it off here for Klein. Klein out wide. James Ward-Prowse. Here comes the cross. Harry Kane tried to get up. Falls to Rashford. Rashford got a poor touch on it. It's out for a goal kick. Dele Alli finds Cox. Looks for an opening. Does well, young Cox. George Cox into the box. Oh, brilliant delivery. Brilliant delivery from George Cox. Finds Harry Kane in the box. And it's a goal for England. 18 minutes gone. Sir Harry of Kane on the board. Starting to age. He's probably about 27, 28 now. But he finished that one clinically. A lovely ball in from Cox. And it's 1-0 England here against Denmark in Game 3 of the World Cup group stage. Here's George Cox again. Slips through the midfield nicely. Gets this one forward. Wants Harry Kane. Picked off by the defender. Cleared away for a throw-in for England. Oh, Davies. He is turning into a solid option at central defensive midfield. Laying some big tackles. Oh, Davies is in there again. Well, there is half-time, and it is 1-0 to England here. Harry Kane with the brace. Well, you say 2 goals is a brace. I say brace is just fucking scoring a goal. But whatever. It is 1-0 England. Cox. Dele Alli. James Ward-Prowse. Rashford. Tries to use his pace, and he gets around out wide. Where's the cross? Here it comes. Into the box. Who's there? Oh, cleared off the back. Dele Alli finds Cox. And that is a corner. Go. James Ward-Prowse delivers it in. Holding! Oh, he's missed. Free kick here for England. Shaw delivers in. Who's there? Davies! Oh, save. Well, we've made some changes. Barkley's come on for Ali in the midfield. Rashford goes up front. And Dominic Rose has come in to see if he can create something with a little bit of hunger, the young lad. There is Barkley. Does well. Oh, tried to get the cross. Picked off and cleared out. Solid work from Davies. Oh, he's crossed it. Oh, it's nearly gone in. He's nearly done a Harry Kane. Oh, come on. Well, there is Denmark back into the game, and we're going to need another one if we want to finish top of this group. They just slipped through our defence. Davies got a good challenge, but that opened up some space out the back. Klein misses the challenge, and the man completely opened up behind him. Slots it past Pickford, and it is 1-1. Davies. There's Dominic Rose. Cuts through nicely. Dominic Rose takes the strike, works the keeper, and we will get a corner here. Cox to deliver. It's up and it's high. And it's Rose. Oh, it's cleared out. Davies. Back. Oh, dear. Dominic Rose slips forward. Here's Barkley. Can he get in here? Barkley. Here's the cross. Oh, it's taken a touch and that'll be out. And that's a 1-1 draw. Well, 14 shots to 2 and we come away with a 1-1 draw. That's a bit unfortunate, don't you think? But James Ward-Prowse with an 8.5. Right, so second in our group, one above South Africa. They've played very well to pick up their 4 points. Canada have been smashed. But Denmark go top of the stage, haven't lost a game. And all the hard work to do now for England. But that's where we'll leave it. Hopefully you're enjoying the series. We'll see you in the next one. I'm Sparring DK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one.